Hi, good morning students. Today our topic kinematics. Previously I told very clearly students, this bridge course we are going to discuss the required fundamental and basic definitions in the chapter only, that's it. Because in previous chapter regarding vectors, scalars, types of vectors we discussed. Actually addition of vectors, subtraction, the angle between the vectors, triangle law, parallelogram law. So deeply we are going to discuss in our real time classes, right? So only basic definitions required, only we are discussing. Right? In that order, the next one and very important and interesting one, kinematics. Students, kinematics means, kine means motion, matics means mass. So we are calculating motion, that is called the kinematics. Actually, in definition form, kinematics means the subject which deals about the motion of an object without taking into account the cause that produces the motion. Got it? Kinematics means the subject which deals about the motion of an object without considering the cause that produces motion. Without considering the cause. Got it? That is called kinematics. If we consider the cause, that concept called dynamics. Got it? Don't get confused. In kinematics, basically there are three types, three subtopics are there. One, motion in one dimension. Another one, motion in two dimension. Another one, motion in three dimension. These are the three subtopics in kinematics. Students, motion in one dimension. Motion in one dimension means, example, linear motion. In physics terminology, rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means motion along straight line. Motion along straight line. Such a motion is called motion in one dimension. Another one, motion in two dimension. Motion in two dimension means, example, motion of a body along a circular path. Along a circular path. Or else, body thrown like a projectile. So, projectile motion. Body thrown. Such a motions are called motion in two dimension. Another one, motion in three dimension. Actually, clear picture about this three dimensional motion comes in chemistry. Like motion of gas molecules. Example for this 3D. Gas molecules motion. 3D means they are able to move along X, Y, Z. Got it? That's why it is called three-dimensional. Here there belongs to only two along along x and y or along z and y, like that, any two, that's it, two directions. So that's why along a straight line called motion in one dimension, motion along a circular path or a projectile body belongs to motion in two dimension, motion of gas molecules called motion in three dimension. Got it? Anyway, whatever it may be, the motion in 1D or in 2D or in 3D, in this chapter we need to understand some basic definitions. They are very, very important to understand this concept. These words generally we are going to listen in our daily life, but meaning is entirely different. For example, rest, motion, path, distance, displacement, speed, velocity. It's like that. There are so many important words are available in this concept. To understand this concept, you must know the meanings of rest, motion, path, distance, displacement. Got it? First of all, rest. Rest means if a body does not change its position with the time with respect to the surroundings. Got it? The body does not changes its position with time with respect to surroundings. This is very, very important, students. Please observe here. Does not changes its position with time and with respect to surroundings. This is very, very important because, for example, I am a body. Now I am on the surface of earth. So with respect to time and earth or with respect to the surroundings, how I am? I am in rest or in motion? Simply all of you are going to say that I am in rest. Got it? So how you are telling that I am in rest? With respect to time and with respect to the surroundings. Surroundings means we are considering earth, right? At the same time, with respect to some other planet, how I am? I am in motion or in rest? No doubt, with respect to other planet, I am in motion because I am on the surface of earth. Earth always revolving, right? So with respect to some other planet, I am in motion, right? With respect to the same planet where I am in rest. So here the important point is whether the body is in rest or in motion, that we are going to decide with respect to time and surroundings. That's very, very important. With respect to earth, I am in rest. With respect to some other planet, I am in motion. So that's very, very important. Got it? So according to the definition, rest means if a body does not change its position with respect to time and with respect to its surroundings, then the body is said to be in rest. Got it? In the same way, tell me the definition for motion then. If a body changes its position with time and with respect to surroundings, then the body is said to be in motion. Then the body is said to be in motion. Got it? So two important definitions. Rest means the body does not change its position with respect to time and surroundings. Then the body is said to be in rest. Motion means if the body changes its position with respect to time and surroundings, then the body is said to be in motion. Okay? Now, important definitions: distance and displacement. Very, very important, students. Generally, distance means length of the original path. What it is, students? Length of the original path followed by the body. Length of the original path followed by the body. Got it? That is called distance. Generally, this distance is a scalar quantity. Yesterday we discussed quantities are, these physical quantities are two types, one scalar, another one vector. Here distance is a scalar quantity. Scalar quantity means it is having only magnitude but not direction. Got it? While measuring the distance, the units generally what we are going to use is centimeters in CGS system, meters in SI system. Centimeters in CGS system, meters in SI system. Got it? So, what is the definition? Please tell me once again. Distance means length of the original path followed by the body. Length of the original path followed by the body. Okay. Another important one, displacement. Displacement means shortest distance. Shortest distance between initial and final positions of a body. Please try to understand very clearly. Shortest distance between initial and final positions of a body. Got it? Basically here displacement is a vector quantity. What quantity it is? Vector means it is having both magnitude and also direction. Okay. Again, units same as distance. In CGS system, centimeters. In SI system, meters. Got it? Just see few examples for understanding the concept of distance and displacement. Students, I told very clearly distance. Another one, displacement. Just for example I am telling, so observe here students, a body starts moving from point A and next reached to B, next reached to C, next reached to D. So observe the successive positions in this path. First, body is at A, initial position. Next, reached to B. Next, reached C. Next, reached D. So what is the initial position, students? A. What is the final position? D. Got it? Now according to this situation, distance means here A, B, C, D. So original path, what the statement I told for distance? Length of the original path followed by the body. So here what is the original path? First A to B, B to C, C to D. So the original path A, B, C, D is called distance. What is, students? A, B, C, D is called distance. Okay. Now displacement. So what is the statement I told for displacement? Shortest distance between initial and final positions of the body. So what is the initial position? A. What is the final position? D. Then what is the shortest distance between initial and final? This is the shortest. Shortest. So what is the shortest distance here? AD. What is the shortest distance here? AD. So AD is called displacement. AD is called displacement. Got it, students? Okay. Length of the original path, distance. Shortest distance between initial and final positions called displacement. Got it? Now just to see some simple and small examples on this concept. See, for example, see here are two positions I mentioned here. Observe here. A body from A, distance between these two just I am taking as D. First, from A to B, body reached from A to B. A to B. Now again, it moved from B to A. A to B, B to E. Try to understand. The body starts from A, reached B, again moved from B and reached A. Got it? So, in this concept, I want to know what is the distance traveled by the body and what is the displacement traveled by covered by the body. So observe here, students. In this case, distance means original path followed by the body, as I told you, right? So what is the original path? A to B. Okay, A to B plus again B to A, B to A. So here to here D and here to here D. So totally what is the total distance? 2D. What is the total distance here, students? 2D. Okay. In this case, what about the displacement? I am telling 0. Because for displacement, what statement? I told, tell me, distance between initial and final positions of the body. In this case, what is the initial position? A. And what is the final position? A. So final position and initial position both are same. So is there any distance available in between those 2 points? No. So that's why in this case displacement is equal to 0. Understood? Now just to see one more example. A body starts moving from A, which is 4 meters. For example, I am telling. Again, from B to here, it covered a distance of 3 meters and reached C. So first from A to B, next from B to C. Okay. Now tell me, distance covered by the body and displacement covered by the body. First, body starts from A and covered 4 meters. Reached B, and from B to C covered 3 meters. In this case, total distance covered by the body is equal to, general formula, what is the statement for distance? Length of the original path. So what is the length of the original path? A to B 4 meters plus B to C 3 meters. So what is the total distance? 7 meters. Got it? Total distance 7 meters. In this case, what is the displacement? For displacement, what is the statement I told? Shortest distance between initial and final positions. So in this case, what is the initial position? A. What is the final position? C. So what is the shortest distance? AC. What is the shortest distance? AC. Then see here, it is just like a right angle triangle, right? Here angle is 90 degrees. So it is this side 4 meters and this side 3 meters. Then what is the value of hypotenuse, students? Root of 4 square plus 3 square. Root of 4 square plus 3 square. 16 plus 9. Root 25. Root 25 value 5 meters. So what is the displacement here? 5 meters. So in this case, the body covered a distance 7 meters. What is the displacement of the body? 5 meters. Point understood or not, students? Distance means length of the original path. So here, what is the original path? 4 kilometers plus, 4 meters plus 3 meters. 7 meters is the original path. That's why that is called distance. Displacement means shortest distance between initial and final positions. So in this case, what is the initial position? A. What is the final? C. So what is the shortest distance then? AC. Then it became like a right angle triangle. So this side 4 meters, this side 3 meters. Then what is the value of hypotenuse? Root of 4 square plus 3 square. Its value 5 meters. So in this case, displacement is equal to 5 meters. Understood? Just to see some few examples in the same case. For example, an object starts moving from point A and completed a semicircle of radius r. Okay, in this case, what is the distance and what is the displacement? Tell me, students. The body starts moving from point A, moved along a circular path and completed a semicircle and reached a point B. So for the semicircular path, what is the radius? R. Then tell me, distance means what is the statement? Length of the original path. Length of the original path. So what is the length of this semicircle? What is the length of a complete circle? 2 pi r. For semicircle, by 2 means pi r is the length of the semicircle. That is nothing but distance covered by the body. In this case, displacement. What is the statement of displacement? Shortest distance between initial and final position. So in this case, what is the initial position? A. What is the final position? B. So shortest distance means AB. Shortest distance means AB. So here, from here to here, R. Automatically from here to here, R. Then what is the total? 2R. What is the total? 2R. So observe here, students. Here the object covered a semicircle of radius R. In this case, distance is equal to pi r, length of the circle. Displacement is equal to 2r because shortest distance between initial and final positions. A to B. From here to here radius r, automatically here to here radius r. Then what is the total distance here? 2r. Got it, students? So in this case, you need to observe 2 points very clearly in case of distance and displacement. Very, very important, students. When the motion is along a straight line, along a straight line, distance is equal to displacement. Distance is always equal to displacement. For example, a body starts from point P and reach a point Q. Reach a point Q. Right? In this case, what is the distance? PQ. What is the displacement? PQ. Because in between initial and final positions, is there any other way? No. So, when the motion is along a straight line, distance is always equal to displacement. If motion is along curved path, then distance is always greater than displacement. Distance is always greater than displacement. Keep in mind. Okay? So distance is equal to displacement sometimes means when the body is moving along a straight line. Distance is greater than displacement when the body is moving along a circular path. Okay? But keep in mind, distance never less than displacement. Distance never less than displacement. Distance is always greater or at least equal. Got it? And one more important point, displacement may be 0 but not distance. Displacement may be 0 but not distance. Like previously I told one small example. Say a body starts moving from A to B, again from B to A, right? In this case, what is the total distance? Total distance is equal to 2AB. What is the displacement? 0, because initial and final positions are same. So displacement may be 0 but distance never 0. Got it? And also distance is equal to displacement when the motion is along a straight line, means if the motion is rectilinear motion. Got it? Then distance is equal to displacement. If the motion is curved or along any circular path, then distance is always greater than displacement. Distance is always greater than displacement. Got it? Students, don't get confused. Simply first try to understand the statements very clear. Distance means length of the original path followed by the body. Length of the original path followed by the body. Right? Displacement means shortest distance between initial and final positions of the body. That's it. Okay?